right. I just weighed in. I weighed in at 199 pounds, just checking in. And that's like, what I do the binge day like a day and a half ago. And now I'm like under 200 pounds, like all the time. Skinny, sinewy, like a male ballet dancer. That definitely fits me. Sinewy, I could see myself leaping across the floor, giving some leaps now. Anyway, people ask me, how do you come up with the events you do? How do you come up with, what races you do? And usually I'll hear it from friends or, about some new race or some event that is, and they'll go, it's really hard. And my ears perk up and I go, really? I love it. And so anyway, but sometimes I don't know, this is very unusual, but I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe Rogan, podcasts, he does on, a lot on the UFC. He's a UFC announcer, I think. And then he also does his own podcast, just on interviews people. And anyway, he's like, I like him. He's a black belt in Taekwondo and a really crazy ass kickboxer. I mean, I saw him kick some guy in a video. Like the guy had all the padding on, he kicked him one time in the side and the guy just went down. Like that's, like I don't think I've ever seen such a thunderous kick before. And he doesn't even compete anymore. I mean, he's just, he's a retired and announces and stuff, but he's crazy. Anyway, he had an ultra runner on and he was talking to him and the guy says, like what races do you have coming up, And he said he had the Moab 200. And there's a lot of 200s starting to come up now. And I haven't been paying that until I got sinewy again. When you're running 215 and it's tough, you know what I mean? That's like, the cutoffs are tough, just like what's happened to me in Arrowhead. And, the higher I get up in the weight, the harder it is to make those cutoffs. And so anyway, as I started getting sinewy, as I'm getting under 200 pounds, down to 194 on Thursday, just 9 pounds off my goal weight. Although I think I'm going to go down lower. I think I'm going to go to 182. I've been that low before too. And then so now I'm going like, well, I can start making these cutoffs now. I mean, I can look at the 200-mile runs and say, geez, if I'm 25 pounds lighter, I'm going to be moving a lot faster. And I can look at these tougher runs and go after the cutoff. So anyway, he's got this Moab. The guy on the video had he was interviewing, has the Moab 200, and he's done the Bighorn 200. And I got a friend who's done the Bighorn, but I thought it was 100 and something mile. I didn't think it was a 200 miler. So maybe they got a few races out there. But they started looking at the video on the terrain on those two races, and and Joe Rogan's like, that looks crazy. That looks crazy. You're gonna do that? You're gonna do 200 miles in that? That terrain is tough. That's crazy. And then I'm going like, oh my God, I gotta look at that. Now that I'm sinewy, I gotta look at doing those. I wonder where they fit in my calendar. I wonder if I can get in those things. Hopefully the 200s aren't filling up like the 100s yet, just because it's further. It's twice as far. The popular 100s are hard to get in now. That is one reason I do my own events too, because I hate that. I hate when I get shut out of stuff and can't get in. So, but the 200s might be far enough out there now that, far enough of a distance now that, they're not going to fill up as easily, hopefully. But anyway, those are on my antennas. I'm just curious what time of year they are. If they're going to fit into my calendar. And I love all that. And they're, and I'll tell you, when I do my own events, it's, when I bring a big crew out there, it's more expensive than if you do an organized event. It's a little easier on the pocketbook. Now that I'm pro, gotta sometimes look at that. Anyway, only temporarily, because I got my wall, I got my vision wall here. The big bucks are on the way. Hey, so I got so I feel pretty good after those 4 big workouts yesterday, and so I'm gonna do. I got 3 today. I'm gonna do a 2-mile power walk again this morning, which I always like that. And then I'm gonna go to yoga, and then I got an hour and a half hike with I think I'm up to my coach has me up to a 30-pound pack, and I'll probably go in the mountains, and because our mountains are burnt. Makes me want to cry. I saw a guy running yesterday when I was on the lower part of the mountain, which I still do I can go, do from my house. I can do an hour. I could probably do an hour and a half or 2 hours even from my house and not hit the fire area. But I said, hey, nice pace. He goes, well, I'm a mountain biker. I got to do something. That sucks because they go further up. They're going to go further up the mountain when they train, and so he's making the most of it. He's running down on the bottom, and I was thinking like, well, I wonder why he doesn't do just road biking, because a lot of mountain bikers do road biking too. He's got to want that. He's got to have that mountain fix. That's what it's got to be. That nature fix, because those guys, they don't like being on the road. They'll do it, but those hardcore mountain bikers like to be up in nature, So it's. Anyway, he's making the best he can make of it. I liked it. All right. I just finished my 2-mile morning kind of tempo walk, right? And I'm telling you, it doesn't take much out of my workouts. I think it takes nothing out of my workouts, because the main thing that will take some recovery time for me is the pounding, pound, but, walking 2 miles, that's running where you do a lot of pounding. Walking 2 miles just isn't it's not that big of a stress on the body. And so anyway, so I love it, and I'm setting that, the number one thing I'm trying to do is lock a pace into my subconscious mind. So when my mind drifts, when I'm in Arrowhead or Tuscobia, and it's the middle of the night, and I'm like falling asleep, I'm still hauling ass. Relative, walking wise, for these 135-mile races, 160-mile race in the snow. And anyway, so that was my number one reason, but I want to point something else out. Like, I just broke 14 for the first time doing just a tempo walk, in the morning. I broke 14 and the other day, but confidence, right? So once I break 14, I'm like, hey, I can break 14. It builds your confidence. I can break 14 walking now. I can break 14. And so yesterday I put in 4 workouts, finished up, got home at like 10:30 at night, pretty tired. Not as tired as my dog though. But I got up this morning, I got 3 workouts to do again. And I just did my 2-mile walk. And the second mile, check this out, man. I dropped it in at 13:34. 13:34. My total for the 2 miles, 27:47. You know what that is? That's under 14-minute pace. I'm under 14 now. Do you think that builds confidence for me? I broke 14 twice, 2 times in a row doing this. And now it's like, even if I feel like crap mentally, tired, whatever, physically, I'm going to think, hey, I can do this. It's only 2 miles, number one. And I've done it 2 times in a row. I can drop under 14 now. There's that confidence in there, that confidence. So we'll see. There are days when I feel like absolute crap that I probably won't drop under 14, but if I don't know, we'll find out. It'll be interesting to find, but a good start to the day. So I want to tell my Humboldt State story one more time. So my friend went there. He was a runner on the cross country team, and because I love this story, and there was one guy who would always do the team workout with all the guys, and they were Humboldt State. I don't know how they are now, but back then it was badass. They were competing for national championships and stuff, and one guy would do the team's workout. The whole team would go out there and train, and he would do that, right? He would do the whole team workout with the team.
And if that workout was in the morning, he would go out in the afternoon and do another half hour of running. You know, and guys like that, he could probably cover, you know, easy for him, like 4 miles in a half hour. So he'd do a little 4 mile, half hour, you know, every day. Every time he would do the team workout, whatever if theirs was in the morning, he would do his in the afternoon, or vice versa. But he would always get his half hour in, always. Cumulative, cumulative, cumulative. Was it a coincidence? He was their #1 runner on one of the top teams in the country. I don't think so. Those little half-hour workouts, they add up. So I'm heading to yoga now, and I gotta tell you kind of a funny story. So the instructor comes in yesterday, and she normally teaches in the morning, and she was subbing for the owner who teaches the afternoon class that was going on yesterday. And she walks in and she says to everybody, she says, "Hey, it's so great to see new faces." And Bill. Bill comes all the time. I go, "Yeah, I just want to be like Cliff and Cheers. When I walk in, everybody knows my name. They go, 'Oh, hey, Bill, pull up a stool.' Or pull up a spot on the mat," I guess in yoga. All right, just got out of yoga. That was supposed to be a beginner yoga class. And I was thinking to myself, man, this is kind of hard. And I recognized everybody in the room. And afterwards, the guy says, "Pretty good beginner yoga class." He goes, "Well, I tend to design the class to the room." And because everybody was somewhat experienced, that he made it that way. But I will tell you, one thing I picked up out of this, and I love it because I'm really working on the mind part as much as the stretchy part. But he said, you know, another one of those, you know, all hell can be breaking out around you, but you can always control your inner self, you know, through your breathing, and you can always control your inner self. And I was like, wow, that's deep. That's the stuff I need for mountain climbing. I need to control my inner self better so that I'm not stressed up there when it gets steep. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Relaxing deep breaths. All right, heading out for my third workout. I'm going to do an hour and a half tonight. I got a 30-pound pack on my back. Last week I went out with 25 pounds, so I'm slowly working my way up. Aconcagua is a 40-pound pack, which we'll have on my back for, I don't know, 16 to 21 days, I guess, up there. And so I'm slowly working the weight up, probably slowly working the time with the pack up. Last week it was an hour with 25 pounds. This week it's an hour and a half with 30 pounds. So we're getting used to it. And this is like physical and mental, just getting used to having that weight on your back. So it's real interesting. All right, I'm 1 hour and 5 minutes in to my 1.5 hour hike with this 30-pound pack. And the first half hour, you know what, when I haven't carried a pack for a while, and I'm pretty sure it's more mental than physical, but my mind, my subconscious mind puts a lot of pain back there, like, wow, this is really heavy, this is really hard. And I go like, and I tell it, I go, I'm not falling for that, you do it every time. And then once it finally gets convinced that I'm not gonna quit, then the pain kind of eases up a little bit, which it's doing now, because I'm not gonna quit. And I got 25 more minutes, and I've been pretty much on the flat. I mean, I'm moving along though. I'm 16, 17 minutes per mile. I'm just like, you know, I'm carrying that GPS watch, and if I'm on the flat, I'm still obsessed with walking quick. And but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better now. Every time I put the pack on, it gets a little bit lighter. And yeah, so I'm feeling good, but I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to get my get a lot of hill training in yet. I'm gonna have to go to a different location with our mountain, with the top being burnt. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do. So I haven't figured it out. So I did a little, kind of rolling towards the bottom training. But I am getting used to the pack. Yeah, I love this pack. I love it. I love it. I'm wrapping up my hike. Very, very happy with it. Let me tell you how my mind works. Maybe I could help somebody else if they have a mind like mine. Anyway, the first half hour, it was like, wow. Because this is, you know, with this 30-pound pack. This is my first workout with that. And my mind, what it tries to do, the subconscious mind tries to make me quit that first half hour. It's like, oh man, my back is killing me. Everything hurts. and then when it realizes that I'm not going to quit, because I'm telling it, I'm not going to quit. It's not going to work. And I get out there an hour, start coming back, you know, towards home, and the pain just started easing up, and I started putting the pedal to the metal. Well, it's how much metal I can put with 30 pounds on my back. But yeah, so I was just hammering out the miles, you know, nice pace, 5.5 miles, hour and 36 minutes or something like that. Super happy with it. Back feels pretty good. It's gonna get used to it no matter what. You know what's kind of funny? I was thinking is this is 30 pounds. From when I finished my last or attempted my last English Channel, I was 237, so I'm down to 194. That's like 40 pounds. That's 10. If you don't think like having 30 or 40 pounds extra on you is a lot of weight, put one of these packs on your back. It's amazing I could walk at all. It's huge difference, huge. Yeah, I was thinking, even though I didn't get the opportunity to go up a mountain or anything, still just getting the time on your feet with 30 pounds, moving along at a good clip, hour and 36 or 7 minutes. That's a good workout. That's good. Get used to the weight on the back, move along. Really, really successful day. Furley's turn. Furley's turn. Furley's turn. Ready, Furley? Furley's turn. Furley's turn. Furley's turn. Anyway, so yeah, 1,800 calories or less, you get the X. Learned it from Jerry Seinfeld. And today's Saturday, and I was on the fancy food log. If you guys are wondering where I got this at, it's kind of top secret, but CVS. Yes, they're on the cutting edge now of food logs. So, Saturday, right here. Boom, boom, 1,800 calories. I'll tell you. Look at this. I was just thinking of this today. I've said before it kind of looks like, you know, like the Force in Star Wars, but then I was kind of re-looking at it, you know. It sort of looks like a tsunami coming across, getting ready to come down on Tuscobia. Tuscobia's not going to know what hit it when the tsunami, when my tsunami of weight loss and training hits it. Might as well cry uncle right now. Here comes a tsunami. Anyway, great day today. Big day planned tomorrow, man. I'll fill you in the morning, but it's a big training day tomorrow. Better have my Wheaties, except I don't eat Wheaties, but if I did, I'd have them for tomorrow's workout. All right, everybody have a great day.